For much of collegiate history, fraternities have been part of university culture. For many years, fraternities were harmless, groups of driven university men banding together to form potential business connections and lifelong friendships, a brotherhood. Now, we knew that there was a good amount of controversy around fraternity in recent years, but we still lacked the perspective of fraternity members, so we decided to reach out to our friend Matthew and see if he could give us any good insights.
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been a member of a fraternity?
How long?
Yeah.
A little over 3 years now.
Okay. When did you decide to become a member of a fraternity?
I thought about going into college.
What was it about Greek life that you were drawn to?
First, my older brother, Michael, he was in Greek life at CSU, told me about how much fun he had being in Greek life. Then when I got here, I went up to the rush table that we had.
Mm-hmm.
They explained how they have a certain amount of community service hours, a certain amount of requirements for school, and that's kind of what I wanted, a good group of friends that I can already get into, hang out with.
Although Matthew has had a generally positive experience with fraternity and Greek life, the same can't be said for everyone. There are a number of hazing and assault-related tragedies associated with fraternities currently.
Latest fallout now from a fraternity death. A grand jury has found enough evidence to support criminal charges in the death of Florida State University pledge Andrew Coffey, who died last month after an alcohol-soaked frat party. It is one of 4 frat-related deaths this year. The amazing death of a college freshman. Michael Dang died 2 years ago after a brutal beating from his frat brothers. Now 37 people face charges, including 5 young men for murder. ABC's Lindsay Davis here with the details.
It's in that tragic death of an LSU freshman. Authorities are investigating whether hazing at a fraternity played a role as the young man's classmates and community remember him at a
investigation at this hour into the death of a freshman at Ohio University. He was found unresponsive at an apartment.
There now seems to be a shroud of gruesome stories looming over modern Greek life. Stories like these are becoming a part of Greek life that in earlier years of fraternity would have been completely unthinkable.
From riflemen, and so they were all guys that had rural backgrounds, and so they're all like the really sort of nerdy, they were just really straight guys. In the sorority I was in, it wasn't a typical sorority. We were sort of nerdy girls. Everybody was really nice. We had dances, and at that time you could drink in Colorado at 18. You could drink 3-2 beer. And it just wasn't because of him being in that fraternity, me being in the sorority I was in, they never got out of hand.
It became apparent after our interview with Jill Canaus, a Spanish teacher at our school and formerly a sorority pledge, that it was in fact true that tragedies like this were not commonplace at fraternities years ago.
Do you think that current fraternities and sororities have lost sight of former Greek virtues?
I would say in some regards. I don't think I would necessarily, neither of my children, they both went to CSU, were in a fraternity or sorority, and I don't think I would necessarily recommend that you be in one now. Because they seem sort of...
At this point, the future of fraternity is somewhat bleak. If things are going to change, fraternity members and sorority members alike would have to agree to make considerable lifestyle changes. Only when fraternities and sororities begin to promote healthier lifestyles will we begin to see an end to this wave of tragedies associated with hazing and assault.
The main controversies right now surrounding Greek life are hazing and sexual assaults happening on campus. that involve Greek life members. And I think with the hazing, it's really hard to control everything that an organization does because there's so many organizations with so many chapters. I think there's certain organizations that take pride in what their process is, even if it involves hazing, but I think I personally and my organization does not support or condone hazing at all. I think there just needs to be a reevaluation of why there are sororities and fraternities and the main purpose for them, which is to provide a home away from home and networking, and just help people build themselves up professionally and personally, not to do the fun partying aspect comes with it, but that's not the priority or the point of it. So I think if everybody reevaluates the purpose of joining, the purpose of the organization, and really focuses on what they're meant to do, I think we should be headed in the right direction.